Viper, I'm okay with.
I don't know
That's
if they
a
would
lot of resistance.
go that route. They did ban Brood. That's a good ban. They need to do that. Because they're still considering, okay, this could be a support Ursa and we can just lose the game to a Brood alone. And they could have. Last pick Brood here would just win this game, probably.
Just out of random, can you do Huskar without the extra...
Extra...
I'm thinking like without the save of like something like an Oracle.
Yeah, you can. It's been actually, I think it's been picked more without saves than with this tournament. Just because you see the opportunity to go for Huskar last pick and you're like, this is a great Huskar game.
Just thinking like what can dominate the mid lane? Like what's going to give him the edge against Samael, who just seems to be winning so many lanes that just out of pure aggression.
What about Puck? It's Silencer. It's tricky though, just because of the Silencer pick, because there's actually some of the less picked heroes that could be really interesting here. I like the Puck, I like the whatever I said before, Viper.
Storm Spirit?
He has played that once, I think, as well.
Like go for the jump. It seems really like dangerous against a Silencer unless you go to Dispel.
Yeah, but that's the only thing it's dangerous against though. So if you itemize correctly, this can actually be a really good Storm game. It's a great hero against Mirana. It's one of the heroes that can follow her all the way.
Tuska.
It's good against Necro, I would say. So
just before we get in, I apologize to everyone. I have to show you the settings menu for half a second. Only because...
Oh, it hurts.
Oh, the eyes, the eyes, the eyes, the eyes. It's just literally that. It's over. And, whoops, I froze the top.
Wait, how did you do that?
It happens when you tab in and out. Like, you notice when you're tabbing in and out, you actually, like, your heroes reset. So sometimes it doesn't actually
You got a great freeze frame of Ursa, at least.
Yeah, that's what is it? No. That's the mount of Samael.
Oh yeah, the Griffin. The Griffin's also like, what the hell are you doing in your settings menu? How about casting the game?
It's just those eyes, they stare into your soul.
I love that mount, by the way. It's really nice. The Griffin.
Are they actually
one of my favorite items in the whole game, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite cosmetics. It's really nice.
You don't like the antlers? Oh, they're moving again now.
Oh,
you don't like the antlers that crits managed to get? Like the...
Oh, they're cool too. They're definitely cool. It's just, yeah, it's one of the items that, or one of the cosmetics that I just personally really like this Griffin mount. One of my other favorites that always comes to mind when I think cosmetics is the Dragon Knight set from, was it TI4? The one in the, what's it called?
You mean again? like the real black and red dark one, right?
I'll show you which one it is. I'm just finding the name for it. Oh yeah, Ascension. The Ascension set.
The Ascension set.
I think that was TI4 or 5. There's a couple of, another one that comes to mind. This is actually really random and not even relevant for this game. I think it's called the Fires of Vashindol or something for Doom.
The Doom set?
That set is
Oh yeah, that was... Wait, wasn't that the Vashindol. MLG set?
It's an EG set.
It's an EG set, okay.
Yeah, the Vashindol set.
Yeah, that has like...
Terracotta made this one. It's super good.
Yeah.
Okay, enough about that though.
Yeah,
I just felt weird just giving you one example. This is one of my favorite items or cosmetics, and that's it. One. Just a Griffin, you know? But right. Yeah.
I look at Drow Ranger all the time and I just weep because she doesn't have any great items. Like that's the hero that needs to win the Canna vote is Drow Ranger.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah,
people don't vote for boring heroes.
Wow. You know the funny thing is though, with the base model, like her corset can never be changed. You can only just layer stuff over the top. But anyway, off the cosmetic train, let's focus on the game at hand because this is a competitive tournament. We're meant to be professional. S'more's playing the Necro off lane. He'll be going with Crit. In towards the mid lane, it's Samael's Mirana. Gonna have Fly roaming around as the Silencer support RTC down on bottom lane. Up on towards the top lane, it is a Winstrike bringing, at the moment they're bringing Iceberg up here as well. But it's No Fears Dark Willow, always want to fly Witch Doctor, Nongrata on the Vengeful Spirit, and then Drow Ranger for Silent, a very old school hero for him. He's played that many a time. And that wraps up Winstrike. They got all 5 players up on top lane at the moment to see if EG want to have a bit of a battle.
It's been a long time since I've seen the early movements of heroes be like
Shards.
this.
They blocked him. Always want to fly, and always want to fly. He's got Paralyzing Cast, try and create some space, jukes it through, cuts in the tree line, Death Pulse plus the Curse. It's enough damage. Fly, we're not even into the full game yet. He's already got +2.
Perfect shards cast.
So they still contest this. Nice. They have the numbers. There's still 3 heroes up on this top lane. Storm's left to go mid.
He just needs to
block. But they're going to get 3 bounties.
It's okay, guys. You can have this one. We'll do 3. Arteez is like, oh, Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
He's the only hero in the whole bottom half of the map. Nobody else is there.
Is this just I don't want to lane against him moment?
I think Winstrike with this early placement of heroes is really, they're trying to get specific lane matchups. They want to, I think they wanted to not have their Drow be against Ursa in lane, but I'm not completely sure if they needed to be worried about this as they are now crossing the entire map and putting Nangrad and No Fear to bottom, because
they're going to miss half a wave of experience, if not a full wave.
that's the bigger problem here, is that it's not worth it. Like, if you want to get specific lane matchup, unless it's like really terrible, like unplayable or super unfavored matchups, it's not worth losing the first wave over. So it's one creep. That's okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought.
It was actually kind of funny because the fortifications of the mid to change the equilibrium is what bought them the time. Both Iceberg and Samael trying to go ham on each other.
Ooh,
Top lane, the shards attempted by Crit once more.
Rare miss.
Silence really got to keep his distance there. In fact, Tusker is such a horrible hero for Silent to play against. Once he's level 2, they can just close the distance every time.
Yeah, at the same time though, they have good defensive tools, right? When Witch Doctor hits level 2 and gets the heal, and when Silent gets Gust, you snowball in, or you shard and try to go in, you just gust them away. You kind of reset. Necro is not a burst hero that can really kill the Drow, so this matchup's okay. I actually think Silent will be fine. Generally, we've seen Necro try to dominate lanes, but this lane I don't think he can just shut down completely. He can get a minor advantage, probably, but they're definitely going to get theirs.
Try and watch that mid lane as close as I can. Samael keeps dropping down low, but so does Iceberg. Samael's going to burn his first, his salve. Iceberg's still got his available. S4, a little bit too close. The cold arrows, pumping in a lot of damage. Is forced to use a fairy fire. While that happens, Dark Willow dies on the bottom lane, inside of her own bramble maze. To fly.
Silencer's really nice against this Dark Willow hero. I'd definitely say this bottom lane favors the Radiant. Not only is Silencer good against Willow, but they also have Ursa against a short range hero. So it's not exactly as easy as being against a melee, but Venge is a good matchup.
They're going again up on top, always on a fly low. Crit was able to lock him in, then close the distance with the snowball, allowing S4 to do the work. And Silence now alone.
No.
Such a beautiful style of like the way EG can run this lane. So it doesn't feel like they risk anything when they go in for kills. Like the snowball was used more as a finisher.
That is ours.
Yeah, the Dire lane top just isn't strong, right? They can hold their own and they can farm, but they don't really pose much of a kill threat with Witch Doctor Drow. It's just not a very good lane, and that's okay as long as Drow gets levels and gold so that the other lanes can be stronger. They're obviously hoping for a quick level 6. No Fear.
Yeah.
Double Brambles.
He's got no boots though, that's why Arteezy was trying to run him down.
Yeah. He placed the Brambles nicely though. Along these edges, if you place the Brambles really well, it's almost impossible to not eat 2 Brambles on the way in here for Arteezy. Going up those high grounds against Willow is super difficult. Oh, top lane again. Always want to fly, trying to... Oh, damn. Those shards pushed him in a very interesting direction across those 2 big rocks there. That should have possibly been a kill, but shards did not lock around him. So another miss from Crit, actually a bit uncharacteristic. He's missed 2 out of 4 shards, I think, in this lane. Crit generally nails them every time, but... Oh. Can't hit them all.
It's our first game of the day. Still got to wake up, and it is an earlier start. We begin all of our games at 9 AM in the morning.
Oh, Samael on Iceberg. Nice sidestep on the arrow, but he might chase anyway.
Goes into the Spirit. Iceberg doesn't have Shrine available. He's got a couple of Alpha Wolves to deny himself over to, and no friends rotating. He has no salve. Samael is already healed up, and he's looking for a last kill arrow.
Oh, there's no way he does this, right?
Oh yeah, there's every way he does this. Problem is he doesn't have the vision, so you're in the tree line and can't believe the game actually unbound that. top lane, always want to fly. Snowball will come forward. At least we can do all of this from the Radiant perspective. Back underneath the tower, always want to fly. Will end up surviving.
I'm really surprised Silent hasn't skilled Gust on level 3 here. Alright, they give away their ward by breaking that Flask and Clarity, but...
Turns around, the Paralyzing Cask is still on cooldown, but the slow onto S4. Now the Cask will fly out, he has to go into the Ghost Route, there's just no other choice.
He's fine. It's level 1 Frost Arrows.
And I'll get back towards the tower.
That skill actually, it makes such a huge difference. Oh, actually it got to level 2 now, but I don't know if he had them... I think he just got the experience for level 4. Level 2 Frost Arrows is so much better than level 1.
Got it for me.
No fears on the run. Nongrata has to create more space for him. Fly. It was all just real space created. 3 bounty runes go to EG.
2k gold lead minute 5. They have this tendency of just winning their lanes every single game they play.
You said like the 3 heroes you picked at the very beginning is it's your real strong cores, real strong laners.
Oh, flies up far.
Yeah,
that was not good.
Perfect bramble from Nofi. Arteezy will try and make the most of it. Nongrata knows he cannot stand and fight this, however. So back into the brambles for No Fear. He
can always
yeah, he's got the Shadow Realm.
He can Realm TP if he wants.
And he's
trying to bait him.
Okay, now he starts the TP. Wait for it. It's going to be creeps only.
Less 5 full seconds, so you can wait 2 seconds before you even TP.
Well, supports come towards the top lane, so Fly's rotated up. Trying to stay hidden inside the trees. I believe he was capable of doing so. Gets the double curse off. They're going after Silent. Shards blocks him in perfectly. Always want to fly. It's already thrown out the paralyzing cask, and Drow Ranger will die underneath the tier 1 tower with crit here too. They're going to get Always Want to Fly. So Fly up to 8. Intelligence stolen. And they push so hard with the catapult, so tier 1 tower will take significant damage.
The thing that's so nice about this movement is that the way Fly does it is that he dies bottom, right? He dies bottom. Arteezy forced the TP away from the Willow, so they know that Arteezy will have a one-on-one against the Venge for a while. And that's just free time that Fly can use to go wherever he likes. He's going to take full advantage of that to get 2 kills and a tower. Super high impact play. Even gets the aggressive wards out. It doesn't get much better than this, you know? Like, this is the best feeling when you're playing support in this early game, is to rotate, get kills, tower, and ward in one quick succession. That's
and then he gets
nice.
a potential solo kill to Always Want to Fly. Buddha Restoration is up. Paralyzing Cast creates a little bit of space, but he gets cursed up. And Fly, that is a solo kill for him.
It looked like he was trying to bait him in, but his team actually wasn't there yet. I think Always Want to Fly lives if he just runs. But he wanted Silent to try to come over and assist. Instead, well, got nothing out of it, really.
Yep. Instead, they're going to lose their mid tower. Like, Samel was doing his creep skip. It seems to happen around 6 minutes, 5 minutes every single game. And he just jumps in behind the tier 1 town. Doesn't matter what hero he plays, he takes the entire creep wave, tanks it up, and just adds that mid pressure. And S4 and Crit have made the most out of it. This catapults come the whole way to the tier 2 town. Now they Shards, Always Want to Fly, Snowball. They dodge the paralyzing cask, and this will allow S4 and Crit to push it back to the tier 3 tower. They won't find the kill. Instead, they turn their attention towards No Fear as Fly has moved over. No Fear must go into the Shadow Realm to try and dodge the damage coming his way. That Iceberg also moved in. Nongrata so low. So is No Fear. Fly just needs to have one more curse, and he'll find the kill. But it's not happening. They've separated so much EG that they're just not together. S4 is going to die under the tier 3 tower, while Ball Lightning forward, they catch out Fly almost at the tier 3 tower as well.
Tick.
There's one tick from the curse to get a rebuttal, but that seemed way too deep for Evil Geniuses. I know they're ahead, but still.
They could have probably done this a little cleaner, but the overall outcome is actually not that bad. Samael got the mid tier 1 tower because they forced the storm rotation for that long, and they almost got the top tier 2. I think this kill trade-off is very good for them if they manage to finish the tower during this aggressive play, but probably went a little bit too far on that one. It's still, you look at the goal, it's, you know, basically nothing gained for the Dire, and they lost map control. So I think EG are actually okay with this.
EG's looking for a kill on bottom lane. Arteezy's been sitting down here, having a little bit more of a fun fight. Leap forward, they're going to actually let the Bramble off, but that's not enough defense from No Fear. Even the Cursed Crown doesn't make Tusker worry too much. And they find a Fly. He was moving over underneath the Dire Observe ward. Samael, thanks to Haster, and he can just easily leap in for the Starfall. Iceberg, he doesn't dodge the secondary star. He did dodge the first one, but still death. Samael underneath the tower. He knows to get himself a triple kill. Paralyzing Cask is more of a pain in the butt than anything else. And he'll Fairy Fire just to ensure it. TP out to safety. And Arteezy can just watch him.
Meanwhile, top S4 is currently pressuring Silent, and you're just going to see EG ramp up the tempo now. They don't want to let Drow into this game. They're going to keep running for kills. They're going to keep just combining their spells. Global Silence will be available shortly. They can easily catch with the Tusk and grab some kills. They're trying to find S4 here, but Moonlight Shadow will make that very difficult.
They really wanted to fight because you had level 6 just hit up on drone.
Oh,
Nice sentry
right.
wards, I'll see Arteezy. S4 is nearby, Paralyzing Cast will not bounce. Enrage is still available as well from Arteezy. Goes straight after onto Always Wanna Fly. Flies here too, trying to keep Iceberg under control with this curse. He can't just ball lightning jump around while the snowball goes after the Drone Ranger. Scythe of Ice just kills her off, and then into Dark Willow. It just seems one by one. Winstrike will fall down. Samel gets yet another kill. 4 now for him. 13 in total across the board. The big killer is actually the dead Silencer.
Yeah.
He's been involved in 10 out of the 13 kills of Evil Geniuses.
In this situation, I think this is a second or third situation in this game where you just wish for Winstrike that they had Gust. I actually think not having this value point right now is hurting them a lot. They could have Gusted Arteezy out of the Paralyzing Cast so it doesn't get Enrage off. That would change the outcome of that fight by quite a lot. There was a time in the laning stage too where they both died, I believe, and a Gust would have saved them, but Silent with this skill build, which is, you know, innately aggressive. If you go 2 in Frost Arrows and 3 in Position Hour, that says, we think we're stronger than you in the lane, we're going to fight you and win. And that one defensive point is just lacking. And I don't think he's going to skill at level 7 either. He wants to max out that aura for his teammates. So the second point in Frost Arrows might have just been a pretty big mistake, actually.
They're getting the D-Ward out. S4 is ready to fight. He's already finished up a Veil 11 minutes in. So the amplification becoming real strong for EG's damage. As Fly and Arteezy prep their own gank. The Observe Ward they planted down before, they're right into Silent. You talk about what happens when he gets another level. We're assuming he actually reaches 7.
We'll get there. Unless they call the game, we'll get there.
Call the game and everyone gets their 15-minute compendium prediction.
You know what would have been nice in that situation when they ganked them in the jungle? Gust.
This is a good ability. Don't you hate Drow Rangers that don't go Silence?
I mean, I hate Drow Ranger in general.
Wow,
But
just wow.
I personally just don't like playing the hero. It doesn't really appeal to me very much how the hero is played. It's not up my alley, you know.
Samael, the TP
Nice
was coming from No Fear. They have the Observe Ward right on top of the shrine. And Winstrike had been looking for it. They put down 3 sentry wards and they did find one of the obs, which is the one on the hill. But they're trying to get control of the jungle and they just don't have it. Even with the sentries down, EG, they've got bodies. They've got bodies in the jungle. Yep, Iceberg going after Fly. There's Global Silence available, so is Moonlight Shadow. So Fly just walks it off and the rest of EG running up the mid. Looking for a rebuttal. Crit won't find the target. Nongrata is hiding inside the tree lines and they saw him for half a second. They just try and blind shard block Iceberg, but Iceberg's gone the long way around to get home. Oh god, Fly. That's deep. They know where his Observer Ward is. He'll get a curse off at least. Arrow flies forward, will not connect onto Iceberg. And they're going for Roshan. 12 minutes in, Arteezy has DD. Makes sense.
At the very least, Fly took away a lot of attention there. They will be sending in the Wave of Terror here.
That's negative armor. They're going to finish Roshan quickly. Here comes No Fear with the Terrorize. Everyone from EG starts to bail out as you do have the unwilling movement out. Good Curse Crown. Crit has to separate himself from the rest of the team. Arteezy comes back in to finish the job. He did lose the stacks, but it may not matter when he's got that much damage. Bramble in a good spot. Arteezy is locked in, but he's still close enough to hit and kill Roshan. Takes the Aegis, the Immortal, and now EG into aggression mode after Nongrata. They have all 5 heroes ready to push down the mid. Crit's even taunting before they finish the kill. Then he punches him down finally.
I think they were trying to give the kill to S4 so he could get all his mana back, but in the end, you want to make sure you at least get the kill.
Yeah.
So, oh, good shards. Even though they don't catch him in them.
Jump forward from Iceberg, going after Fly. He was just doing the D-Ward as the arrow flies for the last attack. Will be able to connect. A VS dead in the trees. You've lost your Silencer. Witch Doctor down on the bottom lane underneath the Observer. That's what the one you were talking about.
Yeah, Crit got the shards on the stairwell down toward the mid-tier 2 towers, so Always Wanna Fly had nowhere to go but to the right, and he got cornered there by yours.
And now they go after Silent. Crit waits long enough so he can pick up S4. They don't actually reach him, but they put down the scythe with the Walrus Punch. Silent's still dead. Even though he doesn't die to the scythe. It is just kill after kill. Iceberg now going after Arteezy. Enrage is available, so is the Aegis, the Immortal. So even if they get this kill, then maybe a rebuttal, he'll enrage and just run it off.
They were holding the swap there. I think they were anticipating
Samael, that was a little too
some
early.
response from EG, but that was actually just a free grab if they would have swapped him first. Could have perhaps killed him twice, actually, but Winstrike, they seem a little bit indecisive. Also, that Roche pit situation, they've killed Fly, it's a 5-on-4. They poke with Wave of Terror, but they never really connect. Like, Silent never came over with this Drow, the Storm Spirit never connected, so they ended up just not really fighting and just giving up kills. And they got to be on the same page and play aggressively together, or this is just gonna...
Fly. The other Fly. not that Fly.
I mean, when Always Wanna Fly sees how Fly is playing, it makes sense.
Oh, Fly's having the time of his life. 16 intelligence already stolen.
He wants to be like,
He
Always Wanna Fly. I had to explain, Toby. It sounded like you didn't pick up on it.
I picked up on it.
It was
but
a pretty bad joke.
It's like one of my jokes. I just you decide to move on. And I was trying to show you the same courtesy.
It was like one of my jokes. It was really bad.
EG's gonna finally force in the bottom lane. And so, where they've got aggressive vision already planted down, so they see Always Wanna Fly and push out once more. And maybe Winstrike feel confident. They got their own observe ward on the hill. They're backing off, and yeah, no jump forward. Winstrike still looking for their first tower of the game, 16 minutes in. Silence coming in with Iceberg. And looks like EG are refusing to give it up. S4 is here. Your Scepter and Veil. So practically impossible to kill up S4. He's got initiation. The shards will be on the wrong side. As, wow, they're actually, yeah. Yule Scepter up, Storm Spirit hits the ground, and then Scythe, Global Silence, no way to jump away. And it was the bottom lane. What was happening down there? I know you were, you had a look.
Samael landed a pretty much perfect arrow on Dark Willow TPing in. Didn't even get Shadow Realm off, just got arrowed and got killed right away.
So 2 times she's done that now.
They're getting really outclassed here. Winstrike just seem a bit disconnected in this game. Bit aimless with what they want to do. I think if they just sit back and try to farm items on this Drow, it's not going to happen. Like, EG are running you over across the map. You have to try to take fights, and if they fail, so be it. But at least, you know, go for a team move, go for a gank, something like this, you know? Take some initiative.
Yep.
If they find Arteezy here, this could turn into something good. He doesn't enrage the first life. There's no global.
It feels like a trap, though. Iceberg jumps all the way over. You got Negro coming from the bottom. The Gust is not right. And Arteezy's able then to enrage. He can take through everything they've got and then turns to beat into him with the Snowball 4. You still have Arteezy dying. And that may be sort of worth it, especially as Samael is low. No Fear can't get closer to finish the job. Instead, S4 just controls him up with the Yule Scepter. Nongrata runs into the tree lines, at least avoids the shards, but now the arrow comes flying back over into the Shadow Realm. And Samael, he should die at this. No! Well, yes, no. He lives.
Nor.
No. All I have to say to you.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. That would have been a really different fight if that gust would have landed, but it is pretty hard. The wind, or what would you call that? The gust? It is a gust.
It's a gust.
Wow, yes. That was really difficult. The gust needs to basically be on top of the respawning Ursa with the Aegis to hit, because he's mashing his enrage button.
Yeah.
You can be sure of that when Arteezy respawns from that Aegis, and if that gust lands, he doesn't get to deal all his damage, and maybe we could have seen a good fight from Winstrike, but not hitting those pitch perfect plays, and EG just seems to hit them all the time.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the difference in this game.
And they're just in the perfect spots as well. Like, Arteezy did feel like bait, and that's when EG probably should have been looking for that observer ward that was on the hill, because that's the only thing that allowed Winstrike to get away with the first kill, because they knew that Arteezy was just sitting there waiting. And now with Moonlight Shadow, jump forward, Silent. Gust will connect, but enrage jump. Ursa runs straight back in again with the help of Samael, finds the kill. They still have deep observer wards behind the tier 2 towers. So they're ready to fight once more.
Arrow? Oh. Okay, he did react to that one.
Crit. Came to defend the tier 1 tower up on top. They'll put the sigil down. Iceberg. Well, he can't. He's got no bonus damage from the Drow while she's dead. And Crit moves around the Bramble, needs to keep away with the Cursed Crown, because that's why S4 is going to be here as well. The TP out, it should be enough. No! Snowball forward, actually cancelling the TP, and no fear. Oh, he thought he was being real smart with that TP out.
Yep, there was a creep wave next to him, fortunately for Crit. Actually, he might have been able to snowball the camp as well, if the creeps weren't there, so.
Dire's
Not
middle
happening.
tower is
Winstrike are
under
going to try and
attack.
fight, but that's not going to work. They smoked underneath the observer
Radiant's
ward, so
bottom
Arteezy
tower
just
is
runs at
under
him,
attack.
breaks the smoke on the Storm
Radiant
Spirit,
structures are fortified.
Over here now.
and they're drawing a line to what, go bottom lane? The tier 1 tower is going to fall. So EG, they won't have a flawless
Radiant's bottom tower has
victory.
fallen.
Here I am.
But they're definitely in the driver's seat. Arrow goes off target, Storm Spirit moving over, and yeah, they're realizing vision's up.
Got it.
The prize is mine.
So Fly gets control of the bottom jungle vision again. So one very deep observer ward is about to time
Radiant's
out.
bottom tower is
That's
under attack.
kind of it for Winstrike. They don't have much vision elsewhere.
They've been unable to really get out on the map for 10 minutes. It's very difficult to play like this. So arrow not connecting.
Ooh.
Oh, global.
Actually stopped Iceberg from getting all the way up, but Samel didn't know that. Jump in, jump out, get the hell out of dodge.
That was a quick U-turn. That was a 180.
Yeah.
I don't want this.
That Mirana handles like she's on rails. BKB is now completed for the Mirana.
Yeah, there's BKB on him. There's Yules on S4. There's Dagger on Tusk. They just have so many saves now, so many fail safes. Global Silence is the one that's down currently. They could wait for it if they want. By the way, almost Atos on Fly against this Storm Spirit who is working on a very late Orchid. So he has no solution for getting Atos.
Oh, the Moonlight Shadow has got a lot of crit to close the distance on Silent. Samel's already going to find him. And this is a simple kill.
Can this be?
Samel going 10-0-4.
Will always
It's a shame EG weren't playing more games there, or else Samel would have been a fantastic card to have in your fantasy team.
Yep, thanks for that, Toby, yesterday. Nice sabotage.
Yeah, I'm a beastie boy.
Yep. I got that one.
Tough Walrus Punch. Flip the Vengeful Spirit, swap away, and then Snowball comes straight back again. No fear. Only he was thinking about terrorizing him. Always when a Fly was in the neighborhood. Still haven't seen a single Death Ward out from him. He'd love to do it. Gets the Maledict off. Iceberg. Ball Lightning TPs away. As you realize his two supports are totally dead. And
He got a death ward off, and then he got first hit bashed. Or maybe it was second hit, actually, from Arteezy's Ursa. But yeah, this game, it's got out of control really fast. It's just Winstrike lost the laning stage, they lost the first 1 or 2 fights, and they've not really been able to... You know, the thing about this game that is a bit disappointing for me is that I feel like they haven't really tried to take a solid fight at this
Oh.
point.
Arteezy. Arrow. Not again. Non-grata. How many times?
Well, it's been no fear the last couple times.
That's true.
But yeah, I feel like Winstrike could have tried harder to find a fight, even though they're not necessarily favored. I think you have to try, right, to get these moves going. It's just been EG dictating the entire pace. Every move is them initiating, and Winstrike tried to respond, and they're just too late.
Yeah.
Every time.
But they're giving it their all. It's just, it seems it's a mountain they just cannot climb. Insurmountable is the word that was trying to come to my head.
Yep. It is very insurmountable. You can't really say very insurmountable, can you? Either it is or it's not. It's like saying most ideal. You know?
I grew up with the English language. I never had to study it.
Well, we're close to the magic 10, the magic 1k GPM mark, Toby. That's where I say generally that I cannot remember ever seeing a team lose with a 1k GPM lead.
There's a 2% chance. I see a 2% chance. I don't know where that 2% really is.
I wonder if... So, what if these chances are Valve's hidden AI that they've been training? Maybe they have their own open AI. And as 2% of these games, the Radiant team is just really stupid now.
So if you're sitting there and saying, okay, the percentage chance is made up by if we remove all 5 players and put in open AI, this is the chance that open AI has to win.
No, it was more that if their win percentage is based off an AI that they have trained against itself, maybe that AI would lose 1 out of 50 games here. By, I don't know. Just diving fountain. I heard Abed did that yesterday in a 40k gold lead. Fnatic lost. Or something. I actually didn't see that game at all, but there's been a 40k gold throw, unless I misunderstood yesterday. Well, here comes rush number 2.
That's very beautiful, no fear. I'm loving the green glow that he's able to create with this. Very stylish. But yes, Roshan's being killed off. So what's more important, Roshan dying or the pretty lights of No Fear?
I think Roche dying.
Yeah.
Did I get it right?
Yeah. You win respect.
I get respect for that. You have really low expectations. Here come the bounty runes. Looks like EG will be contesting the bottom runes on time as always.
There's a Dire Observe ward up. I really don't think Winstrike wants anything to do with that. Even the shards ready to block.
Again.
But that looked to HUD.
That's the 1k GPM lead. 26,000 in 25 minutes.
They're doing better. Still 2%.
There's like one hero on Winstrike's team, and that's Iceberg Storm.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going Bloodstone now?
Radiant
That seemed questionable.
Not a fan. Well, I guess it will give him 2 lives.
Oh, missed the lane. He went straight past the Radiant Creepways.
He did 1,000 damage to the Ursa. That's kind of cool.
Okay.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, that's his, he can only do that every 70-ish seconds.
No Fear creep skipping top. He's backdooring the tower as Dark Willow. With Drower, he actually hits pretty hard.
Yeah. And now he just has to, well, he can't TP. He can't Shadow Realm TP.
Could cancel his TP. He's staying with his team.
Yeah.
He realized he couldn't get there and get the deny in time, so...
TZ
Arrow?
acting silent, but good fissure out. Good fissure. Good forced up into TP out.
I love that fissure.
Shush you.
You're saying some interesting things.
I'm saying some questionable things at best.
What was it yesterday? Wham bam, thank you EG. EG were not in the game. That was great. RTZ, Global Silence. They're trying to get the Storm, but he's juking nicely around the tree line. No bash on that attack, so...
Yep, but into mid lane,
fine.
Samel just breaks the B, or burns the BKB, jumping in deeper. Kills off Non-Grata, Silent on the run as well, and Samel, damn this damage. With Mjolnir, he just does so much work. He doesn't have a leap available. No paralyzing cast, but Death Ward, Samel. Okay, he's got the life. Bramble couldn't hold him in close enough, and Snowball, everyone wants to come together. Arteezy waited. He wanted the Dark Willow. He didn't want to chase after the Vengeful Spirit. And now Storm Spirit back into the mix. Iceberg, Pruvy's the real hero, but Pruvy's dead. He can buy back into the game and then ball lining back out. Arteezy's Aegis Immortal has broken out, so now he's back to the world of living, but pulling in S4. But Dark Willow! Arteezy's so huge, the Curse Crown is great. On to 3, but there's no way to follow up. In fact, I think there's no way to win this game. You just keep jumping him. Non-Grata, the urn will kill him off because the original chance wasn't enough. Winstrike done like a dinner, 27 minutes in. EG convincingly take game 1 against Winstrike to start off their day 3 at the TI8 group stage.
Yeah, they're the clear favorites in this series for a reason. I didn't think it was going to be this dominant and this easy though, but Winstrike might be a little bit demoralized and a bit